Hey bro, this NFT stuff is dead. I'm learning to play the guitar instead. I lost my money on NFTs, and all I got was a stupid picture of a monkey. Well, you do you, Dave. Personally, I don't think NFTs are dead at all. The bubble's gone, but there's still ways to make money from NFTs, even if we're stuck in a crypto bear for multiple years. Wait, really? What are they? You gotta tell me, man. I need those gains. I think you need help, but sure. Keep watching for 3 ways that you can still make money, even if we're heading into a long crypto winter. Hi everyone, my name is Daniel Tenner, aka Swombat, and in these videos I use my 15 years of experience as a successful entrepreneur working with hundreds of tech startup founders to bring some clarity to Web3 and NFTs. Also, this video is sponsored by Zen Academy, which is Zeneka's community where he's gathering good people from all around the world to learn and succeed together. There's no exchange of money, but we get along well and we're both trying to help people understand NFTs better. So we decided, why not talk about each other more? Right, so how do I make money from NFTs in a bear market then? Stop wasting precious time, I need to know! Well, first it's worth stating and getting out of the way that even in a bear market, there's still going to be the odd hyped up project that captures enough attention to pump for no good reason. In a long crypto winter though, people are hungrier to cash in on those gains, more cynical or more realistic I'd say, so hype will die down faster. Whether it's Reddit NFTs or art gobblers, when a new trend picks up and the people who are still in the NFT hype ambulance chasing habit pile in, it will run out of new blood much more quickly. If you do decide to play the hype lottery, don't fall into the trap of thinking the hype can keep going for weeks or even days. Take profits early and often and don't look back. And by the way, I suspect many of these projects won't be started by NFT project teams creating PFPs. And given that a number of larger companies like Starbucks and Reddit are probably going to be adopting Web3 technologies over the coming years, their NFTs are more likely to end up attracting the hype than yet another team with an artist who worked with Marvel, building a global brand. Of course, these large companies aren't doing this to start yet another Ponzi, but as long as it has limited supply and some kind of justification for people to think that it will get hyped, you might still observe that effect we've just seen on Reddit, where people desperate for quick gains pile into a new thing overnight and then move on just as quick. So those kinds of projects will still happen, even in a bear market, as they have last autumn and over the summer, but they're going to be thinner on the ground and shorter lived, and more so as the crypto winter deepens. So while you can make money from these, it will be more work, less frequent, and riskier. Oh, I don't like doing more work. Then option 2 is probably not for you either. Even in a multi-year crypto winter, there will still be trading opportunities, but it will be harder than trading a highly active and euphoric market. A word of caution here though. If you don't already know that you're a good trader and you haven't validated that by making solid gains over the last year, chances are you're not actually a good trader. And that's okay, most people aren't. I'm not. It takes a certain kind of mindset and an excellent ability to manage your emotions to be a good trader in crypto or in NFTs. And if you're not a good trader, you're not going to be making money trading. Instead, you'll be the source of the gains for the good traders. If you've never tried trading, don't try this approach with all your money. Allocate a tiny percentage as an experiment and find out. That way, if, as is likely, you turn out to be a shit trader like me, you won't have lost too much by the time you know. Well, I did flip a couple of things for profit at some point. Consistently? For months? No. If you are good at trading, you don't need me to tell you. If so, there probably will still be projects with high enough volumes that you can do your thing, even in a multi-year crypto winter. And part of the reason is the next point. No surprises here, I'm going to talk about startups. I've said before, the 2 main use cases for NFTs so far have been art and Ponzi's. The latter, intentionally or not, has been exploring the space of NFT fundraising, and I think startups will pick up the torch and continue to do this. Yeah, but in a crypto winter, no one will want to buy. Actually, I think that this will make legit startups' lives easier. For the last year, and even still a bit right now, any startup that tries to do its fundraising via NFTs is quite polarizing, and many investors are still turned off because of the broad perception that NFTs are basically just Ponzi's and scams. But as the Ponzi bubble dies down, this perception will hopefully die with it, and smart new startups won't refer to their investment NFTs as NFTs at all. Instead, they'll just be called by whatever name is relevant to the utility they're offering. A token that gives lifetime access to a service might just be called a lifetime access token. That's so imaginative. Oh wow, sarcasm. You're getting better. Anytime. Once the perception of scamminess is gone, what's left is a powerful fundraising model that works in any market context. And small businesses and startups get started and get funding in all financial contexts. Many successful businesses got started during recessions. In fact, recessions are usually a time when more businesses get started because people are unemployed and so come up with creative new ways to make money, and businesses are often the wrapper for their activities. Of course, as usual, some will be good investments and some will be bad. Some will fail and some will succeed. But startups are always hungry for funds. As I like to joke at Grantry, which we started in 2010 during a recession, funding is a recession-proof product. And NFTs are such a powerful fundraising model that even in a crypto winter, startups will be using this, as well as whatever else they can get their hands on to raise money. So, do you reckon I can flip those for some quick profits? Maybe, though if you're looking for quick profits, this might not be the best place to look. Try the first two options. But they're too much work. I'm learning the guitar, and plus I have a job and I can't quit it now. Well, in this crypto winter, you're going to have to pick. Either you spend all your time in NFTs to chase the hype ambulance or get really good at short-term NFT trading, or you get good at NFT investment, which is longer term but a lot less day-to-day work. Small businesses are one of the very few legitimate ways to get massive returns in a relatively short time. But that time is still measured in months or more likely years, not days or weeks. So if you want to make money from investing in startups that are funding themselves with NFTs, you'll probably need to be a bit more patient. And you'll need a different kind of due diligence than you would for trying to chase the hype. One big factor is, just because a startup issues an NFT to raise funds, doesn't mean that that NFT will be worth anything even if the business succeeds. If you're thinking of buying a startup's NFTs as an investment, you need to make sure that the NFT's value is linked to the startup's success in a tangible way that doesn't depend on the real owners of the business being generous with airdrops and other freebies, which they probably won't be in a long crypto winter. Check out this video I made earlier to learn more about this. GM and good luck.